Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. Like, you don't even know. You don't even know. It is I, Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, a Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. I have this background for a reason, even though it's kind of messing with my clothes and it might be a little irritating. Just bear with me. It's an important background, and I'll kind of fill you in as to why. So welcome. I am going to do some ascension path guidance. Where are we on our ascension path? What's going on with the world and with us collective and individually? That's what I'm going to also do today. And for that, Spirit has called that I grabbed my Lemuria deck. So I did. And my Starseed Oracle deck, which I also did. Patience with this camera is great. Okay, so those are the two decks we're going to use today for our Ascension Path guidance. And then I will go ahead and just give you a message from anybody that comes through. This morning, I did a video on YouTube that for some reason, I don't know if it got blipped, but it was your morning guidance, and I did a channeled message from Archangel Azreal. So if you somehow missed that, please check that out. I will put a link of that below this video as well, okay? All right, now, first of all, I have an exciting announcement to make. So very exciting, okay? It is Ascension Path guidance, but I've been in the works on something called How to Find Your Joy. How to find your joy. You think this would be easy, right? You think joy would be something that's easy for us to feel and find and to know what brings us joy. But the truth is, we are in a society that teaches us different perspectives and different ways of going about things. And so many things that occur in our lifetime actually bury our joy. Okay. They really, really do bury our joy. Okay, so I finally, Spirit has been telling me to find my joy since my awakening, you guys, because my purpose was so unique. So I had my awakening, and then I was nonstop doing the stuff for my ascension, or for the ascension, I should say, not my ascension. I will ascend with it, but this was for the earth. So I was doing all these crazy things where I didn't have time to think about my joy and running a business, even though I also started the business at that time because that's what Spirit nudged me to do. And so this whole entire last 2 years, I have been literally trying to find my joy. I've taken other healing courses. I've taken other meditation, guided meditation healings. Nothing was helping me find my joy. And the funny thing is no matter what you do, unless you can feel joy, you're not going to find your joy. And we can all feel some level of joy, but there is some levels missing. I promise you this. Okay. And so recently, Spirit's been having me on this crazy journey of healing completely. So they're prepping me to for everybody to know who I am, really. And I kept asking, like, Spirit, how am I going to find my, I finally got frustrated. And I don't know why this took me so long to put together, but they were having me create courses when I first woke up. And due to the group of the people that I was with and everything, I didn't put a lot of energy and effort into that, which is a bit of, I wish I would have, right? And so finally I was like, Spirit, how the hell am I going to find my joy? I'm not finding my joy. How am I going to find my joy? And they're like, create the course. Like, duh, ding, ding, ding. Because you guys, when I create these courses, I don't just give you all the information that goes on our brain. I provide you with specific channeled guided meditations from Spirit, from the angels, from the masters that are tailored to those courses in particular. So these are not guided meditations that I do for anything else. These are particularly for this course. Now, as I did this, it healed me like crazy. My vibration went through the roof. I was all of a sudden able to see what brings me joy. I was able to feel joy like I've never felt it before. I remember years ago asking myself, am I ever going to feel joy? Because I was in a very abusive relationship for 9 years, 10 years. And I always kept asking, do I not know how to feel joy? Like I could never feel joy. And so if ever you've had trauma, you've dealt with narcissists, anything like that. If you are alive in this world, you've got healing to do to find your joy. I'm so excited that I finally finished my course. If you are struggling to find your joy, I'm going to help you find your joy. I'm going to help you immediately find your joy. Click the course link below and we will rock it and you will find your joy and we are going to create magic and I will make you powerful as hell. Okay. I'm like so excited. I'm so excited. I finally found my joy. You can feel it. You can see it. I can feel it. It's like, it's crazy. And I get chills even talking about it. I'm like, where the hell has my joy been? But now I know. If you want to find out what blocks your joy, where we lose our joy and why, take the course. It's all in there. I do a PowerPoint presentation through video where I walk you through it so you don't have to download a PowerPoint. And then I also provide you with a PDF copy so you can download them for yourself and print them out if you choose to and have them forever. Okay, not to mention you do a course where you are learning and then we do the meditation where it heals you. So it's going to continue healing you every day for the rest of your life. And you can do these meditations more than once and they will heal you deeper and deeper and deeper. Trust me, I did it again today as I was recording that part. I was like recording the meditation to publish it. Meditation was already done. So I did it with it again for the second time. And it was like, poof, stuff I didn't even hear the first time came out. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know that would have been a block. Like it's super crazy. And I love it very much. And Archangel Haniel, along with other angels, come through in that one and help me. So I'm telling you, if you're struggling at all to connect with your joy, to feel your joy, or to find your joy, or to feel safe in finding your joy, or to feel safe in experiencing your joy, or you just want to feel more levels of joy, this course is for you. Period. And while you're ascending and going through this awakening, if you want to feel joy and come into the frequency of love in our heart space this week, because we're activating Christ's light in the heart space, this will also help you. Okay. So I implore you to purchase this course because it will change your life. This I guarantee you. I have other courses on there, but how to find your joy is the one I am so most proud of right now because it's changed my life. Like it's something I struggled. And no matter what I did, no matter who others healings I did, nothing, it wasn't working. Finally, Spirit's like, duh, create your course. I'm like, oh, duh. And I did. And it freaking worked. All right. So you learn, you heal, and they continue healing you for the rest of your life. And the meditations are different each time you do them. You can do them 100 times and they will heal you 100 levels, 100 layers, and be different every time. It doesn't matter. The first time I did it kind of put me to sleep. So that tells you how deep my healing was. Okay. So that was just my little tidbit, my little super, super major announcement that I'm super, super, super excited about. I can't tell you how proud I am of this course and how excited I am about it. And I am just ready to hit the ground running. I want everybody to take this course because I know it's going to change your life. I guarantee you it's going to change your life in some way, shape, or form. And it's going to do it in ways you're like, I didn't see that coming. Okay. All right. So with that, that was my announcement. Thank you for listening to that announcement. Now we are going to get into, my camera. Now we are going to get into our Ascension path messages. All right, anyways, since I'm the one who brought about the Ascension, I thought it'd be a really good idea to kind of tune in and see where we're at on a collective whole for the Ascension. Okay, because I know what the Ascension was. I know how it came about and energetically what it means. And it's kind of like an energetic boomerang, right? All the work that I did over the last 2 years will kind of boomerang back through the collective whole. Mind you, on my daily message this morning, they talked about resurrection is this week. Okay, we've got Easter, we have got activating Christ light in the heart space. So it's like return of Christ going on here. So resurrection, they're saying, is literally this week. Okay, it's resurrection of everything. So if you missed that video from this morning on my YouTube channel, I will post a link for you to watch it. I challenge you to watch it. It was a guided, it was a Archangel Azreal actually took over my vessel and I provided a channel message for you guys in that. And his message was super powerful of how to receive these energies coming forward. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at on the Ascension path right now, is we're waiting for the twin flames to unite in order to create that major balance within the collective whole. And it's going to give all the power back to the feminines and the masculines alike with my beautiful, beautiful twin flame. God, I love him so. And even though I'm not with him, right? I do hope to be. That's the truth. And I got chills when I said that. We've got that. And then we have the resurrection of Christ light continuing. Okay. And they're calling this one the resurrection because I've been activating Christ light and I already brought it down, but they're calling this one the resurrection because it's going into our heart space, which is a really, really big deal. Okay. It's a really big deal. So if you haven't done my prep meditation for that, I recommend you do it. Even if you're not doing the workshop with me, that's fine, because not everybody can accept this kind of light. All right. I get that. If it calls you, please do it, because who wouldn't want to witness and be a part of activating Christ's light on earth? I wouldn't want to miss this stuff for the life of me. I'm so honored to be a part of all the stuff that I've done. Let me tell you, I'm so blessed. And so if you wish to join me, you can actually do the workshops too. You can bring down Christ's light. I still have that available. And we did it in the yellow rays so far of the activations and in the solar plexus. Now we're doing it in the green rays and the heart space this week. Okay, so we're activating them. So if you wish to join that, you have time. I'll post a link to that below too. All of the links with Christ light activations. That workshop will be done on the 13th at 3:33. Okay, and keep in mind they're very, 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 very powerful. I can't reiterate that enough. They will heal you and you will ascend. All right. Okay. So with that, that's what we've got left really for this ascension. There might be a few little things here and there. They're telling me, like balancing, rebalancing the Christ light codes. They're actually saying, I don't know what that means. So I may end up doing that in the future. And so there may be a few more things I have to do for the ascension. I always think I'm done, and then there's something else that comes through. So I don't doubt that maybe there's more. I think it has to do with more balance. As we rise, we're going to have to keep balancing. So that's what's going on there. They're telling me Lemuria deck is all about Lemurian energy, Atlantis energy, and that is part of the ascension. Right? I rose Atlantis and we activated it in the crystalline grid, and we've done so much work. So this earth is no longer the same. So let's see what they have to say now about the current energies for you who watch my video and for the collective whole. Okay, so these messages are for you and for the collective whole. All right, so if there's something in particular that resonates with you, pick it up. If it doesn't, let it go. And sometimes it might actually make sense later. Okay, I forget about that. My phone's ringing through my computer and I don't know that number. They just hung up. So oops, my bad. I forgot to mute that, but I'm not going to stop recording. All right. So let's see what they have to say for the collective whole. Okay. Creative all it is, all the angels too. Is there any messages you have for us for the Ascension Path guidance? I was so excited about my course, I forgot to kind of tune into the energies ahead of time. As Archangel Azreal channeled this morning, I didn't re-listen to it. And when he comes through me, I don't understand everything he says, but he says your best bet is allow the emotions to flow. Okay, because this week, there's going to be an emotional blast. It's the best way I can put that. Probably why it's a good idea to find your joy. But there's going to be an emotional blast. So when I activate the Christ light codes in our heart space, it won't affect everybody right away 100%. It's going to be a trickle down. Okay. And what that means is it's going to start healing the collective whole and the green rays in the heart space. So you're going to start to get really emotional. It's going to cause relationships to shift, to come together if they're meant to come together, or to separate if they're meant to separate. It's going to cause you to have different perspectives on love or lack thereof, because as above, so below. God's love is not here. It has not been here. Christ's life has not been here. It is the return. This is the return of Christ. It truly is. Okay, so that's what they're calling it. That's what it is. This is absolutely the return of Christ. And as this occurs in pieces, because if I did it too fast, we would lose like 70 to 80% of the population. I've said this before. We're not gonna, because spirit don't work that way. Okay, That's why we're activating it in layers. I brought it all down, but we're activating it in layers. But it's going to cause you to feel very emotional coming into the end of this week and into next week and moving forward. And your relationships will shift. So where once it was like super easy, it's probably because there was underlying issues at hand. And so they're either there for you to eliminate that relationship or to eliminate the blockages of love. Okay, that's what's coming forward. It is time to see and eliminate the blockages of love, to step into true love and into God's light and power. This is going to change your perspectives. Okay, it's going to change your life. Now, that is the person's perspective. Now, what's going on with the earth? What am I going to be doing with the earth this week, Creator? Because every time I do something with the Ascension, I do it with the earth. Every time I do these videos, I'm like looking up at my ceiling, like, huh. Sorry. All right. What is going to be happening with the earth when I do these Ascension? So I do see the ley lines. I do see, so we always activate it through the ley lines. Okay. I activate it in the Earth's Merkaba and the heart chakra and through the water as well. So I do it like in layers. Each layer goes through the earth this way. So I go through the ley lines, the water, the Earth's Merkaba and heart chakra. And we activate Christ light codes within the green rays. Now, when I do that, of course, there's more that comes through my workshop I'm not aware of until that day. That's always the way it's been. When I do that, they are showing me, I might actually, so I don't know if I'll have to move the earth because I've already tilted the earth off of her axis. We shifted the earth's axis a long time ago. Okay, I already did this more than one time. It's all in my videos when I did the pyramid work and before. But what I'm kind of seeing is it's going to cause it to, I can't tell if it's swell up or slightly tilt or both. Okay, so when I do this kind of work with the earth, it does cause things to happen. So they're talking about solar flares are big. We're going to be doing it with the sun. I always use the sun as well. We bring in the light codes of the sun with the green rays and the God's light codes. And then when I do that, it causes a lot of those solar flares to happen. It will also mess with the Schumann resonance, they're saying, the earthquakes. With the earthquakes, though, I'm seeing underwater ones from this one, especially. Okay, so that's what's going to go on with the earth. With people, we're going to have an emotional upheaval. It is there and designed to show you where you're not in love. So if you're with somebody and your guys' MO is to sweep problems under the rug, guess what's going to happen? All of a sudden, those problems are going to be like, boop, I'm right here for you to see in your face. Fix me. Okay. It's going to be like, boom, boom, boom. And this includes relationships with your family, your marriage partners, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, your children. You're going to see areas in which you're not coming from a place of light and love. So anything you hide, any wounds that have been hidden, truths, I hope I said that right. Truths will also surface, individual and for the collective whole. Okay, so we're going to be healing the earth within the green ray realm, her heart, love, understanding, nurturing, compassion, right? And in my morning's video, I do hope you watch it. It was an urgent channel message from AA Azreal. I pulled some major cards in there that truly are beneficial to this ascension pathway messages. Okay, so please watch that video as well. You're going to get like a second read on it. One of these days I'll have it like pop up, go beep, beep right there, you know. But until then, I will have it down below the video, or if it's Facebook, I will post it above. Okay. So that's kind of what's going on there. And Azreal said something about, you know, don't be afraid. The more you struggle with the emotions, the harder it will be for you. Okay. And then remember, we're all affecting the collective whole. So on an individual level, if you breathe through the emotions and you allow them to be expressed and released, in order to release and heal, we have to feel them, see them, experience them, and understand them, and then we can let them go. Okay. So that's kind of coming up. It's going to be like an emotional roller coaster. And Azreal had some really good messages on how to navigate those. And he even said, if you're not working with me in the workshops, which I kind of recommend you do, who wouldn't want to, right? Like I would love that opportunity myself. If you're not, he gives you tips in there on how to navigate these changing times ahead, because resurrection is a big deal. It is a really big deal, my friends, and who knew that's how the resurrection happens? It's been happening in pieces, and it will continue to happen in more pieces. And then next month, we're doing the Blu-rays, okay, in our throat. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This goes with what I said today, every bit of what it was. Oh my gosh. High heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. Okay. In order to come into ecstatic bliss, so we are going to be doing major levels of healing. Look at this card, you guys. I'm really drawn to the birds down here. And this is truly about love, unity of the one, my friends. Unity of the ones and love. Nurture your environment, nurture your soul, nurture your friends, your loved ones, your family as a whole, because you're going to see where you're not in love. You're going to see where love is not aligned. And it's in order to align you with the light of the one. High heart chakra. Okay. Love of the whole. Let's make love to each other. All right. Starseed elemental. I'm not a starseed. I am part of the gods of time. And so this is telling you that somebody that's watching this video, you guys are probably more likely, most of you, if you want to know if you are a starseed and you can actually hear these messages and you feel a call for a purpose, then chances are you are. They want me to say my twin flame is also not a starseed or a light worker. He's a master like me. Okay. Doesn't mean he doesn't have things to learn. We all got things to learn. But Starseed elemental, all right, this is the rising of the one. So it's also going to be a calling of all the star seeds. Okay, they're gonna see it. They're gonna have to do a shift, a divine shift, in order to receive the light of the one. All right, you're gonna start to see there something there with the starseed elementals. Any star beings, light workers are gonna really feel the emotional shift this week ahead. Okay, but it's also going to probably call you into your purpose if you're not aligned with that. So if you are a star seed who's not even aware you're a star seed, this is going to wake you up into that, and you're going to start to be called to your purpose. It's like, hello, hello, can you hear me? You're like way behind. Get your butt out there and start healing. Okay. And my friends, this is all about what? As above, so below. Radical expansion of the light of the one, but also the power of ourselves. Okay. So we're going to come into further awakening of the power that they've taken from us, all the lies that are at hand, and radical expansion, power. The dragon to me is about power, mysticism and power. Okay, all of that is coming out, and it's expansion of all of that. And you see the lightning? The lightning to me is the sudden change. It's going to be a sudden change, all right? And it's radical expansion of the light of the one into the collective whole. This is resurrection. This is what it means to have return of Christ. I started it to activate him last month, and boy, did things change when I did that one. For me, for my twin flame, for everything. I've been nonstop doing the work, but this is the return of Christ. Okay, this is the big piece that everybody's been talking about for many, many, many eons. But it didn't happen the way they thought. It's not like Christ is coming out of the sky and coming back. When I freed Jesus's soul, he went into a flower in the Garden of Eden. Like, he is done here. He's never going to come back here. I don't think he'll ever have another life until it's fully ascended, and then he might. However, not likely. He had a major purpose once, and I don't know if he'll do it again. Okay. Secondly, the return of Christ does not mean God coming out of the sky. It is literally his light that I brought down from his space, from God, through me, through the angels, then through the people in my group, down into the crystalline grid. Then I started activating it. Each time I activate is the return of Christ. Okay. You are literally witnessing the expansion of the light of the one, or what you want to call the return of Christ. The return of Christ is the expansion and the return of the light of the one, and of love, unconditional love. That has to do with my twin flame reunion also. Okay, because it's going to be like boom, and then this whole world is just gonna light up like a freaking light bulb on Christmas morning, like the angel on top of the tree that's shining so bright, because we're activating Christ's light. That's pretty awesome. Badass messages right there. Okay. So I really do encourage you. They want you to watch that video with AA Azreal. I don't know why people didn't see that video this morning on my YouTube, but it was super important because he actually came through me and channeled a message through me. Not expecting that to happen. I thought I was just going to tell you what he was saying, but he actually just like was like, oh, I'm going to come through you. I'm like, okay. And then boom, you get the message. Okay. So it's super important. So please watch that video. AA Azreal urgent message. I will post it in the comments section and in the description below. Okay. All right. So now we got the Starseed Oracle. Don't be afraid. So what they're saying to you guys who watch my videos, don't be afraid of the changing relationships. It's beautiful. God will not hurt you. It's not following that light that will hurt you. Don't be afraid of the blessings and the shifting reality and the things that need to be undone. It is following and going into what needs to be undone. It's the only thing that will hurt you. So rise above, rise in love, rise in light. And if in your relationships things are surfacing, it's there for you to either heal them or realize that there's no love in that foundation at all, and that relationship must go. All right. Now that's also like boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, right? Your loved one. But if it's like a family member, it's going to cause major healing within that as well. Okay. So if there's like issues with your parents, it's going to surface. They're saying, especially with the father at this time. Okay, so father issues might really be coming up. And if your father is deceased, like mine, that's okay. You're going to probably feel their spirit more than you ever have before in this week coming ahead. For some reason, it's dealing with fatherly love or lack thereof. Not the mother yet. It's because of the imbalance, I think, of the masculine divine. Yeah, they're still not coming into that balance. And so it's going to right now focus on the fatherly love or lack thereof. Okay. Resurrection is upon us, my friends. It is absolutely time. It's already begun. So we already started last month, right? I started in the yellow rays and solar plexus. This month is the green rays and the heart chakra. Next month is the blue rays and the throat chakra. Boop, 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 boop. Then it will be the crown, I think. And so, yeah, we're not going to do every chakra. These are just the specific rays and the chakras that match. Keep in mind, they don't tell me everything until it's time, So if you decide to embark on a journey of my workshops, just know they are powerful and will blow your mind, okay? And I never know it all until I get into that workshop and then they're like, do this, do this, do this. If I would have known I was activating pyramids, I probably would have mucked it up, right? So there's a reason it works that way, right? Ooh, I like this one. So peony is a very important flower and oil to me. It came through one of my own, I channel healing stuff for people. I can tell you exactly what your body needs. I can tell what ailments you have and heal them. That's kind of healer I am as a master healer. And I asked Spirit one time what I needed. I'm like, what do I need? And they're like, peony. I'm like, oh. And then I looked it up and it really did align. I have a blood clot disorder. The reason I'm saying that is because I pulled the courageous peony. This card is very beautiful. There's a peony flower up at top. It's very vibrant, pastel-y. The courageous, peony. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. That's what Spirit's always going for. And this goes with that Starseed card, okay? It is time to align with the purposes and step up into that, all right? Let yourself be seen. Let's stop. And this came forth earlier. Don't shoot the messages, but they're actually asking everybody to grow up. It's like, why be afraid to be seen? Why not be proud of these changing times and have a purpose within them? Who wouldn't want to bring down Christ's light and activate it? Who wouldn't want to do that? I would. Who wouldn't want to take part in activating the pyramids? I would. Okay. But it's truly about, don't be afraid. Why be judgy? Why try to understand things that aren't meant to be understood? Why not want to take part in these huge changes that are going all over the world? So if you're a starseed, chances are you've got a purpose you're about to align to. All right, but it's about courageous peony. Be the beauty that you are. Be courageous. There are many levels to you. There are many layers of light to you. We have unique natures, all of our own, okay? And just because if you do something that somebody else does, doesn't mean that you're going to reach different people than they did. Okay? Let yourself be seen. It is time. It is time. Okay? You're dealing with the light of the one. You are dealing with God. You're dealing with the collective whole. I also heard that they're saying now the person who moved the poles was with RA. I moved the poles. Am I part of RA? I'm like, what is that? I'm a part of the gods of time. Maybe they are calling it RA as like a general notation of who moved the poles. But I'm like, really, Spirit? Like, what's RA? So RA, so the way I looked at it is you have God, then there's like the different rankings of responsibilities, okay? And it's kind of like the galactic masters. And so I guess I'm a part of the RA or would be a leader of the RA. But I truly work with God. You guys, I've never met in a group called the RA. I've only met God. I've only worked with God, the angels, the masters. And so truly, generally speaking, the one who shifted the poles was me and God. God ordered all of this, okay? So don't forget that. I feel like we're forgetting that. We're like stuck in a spiritual reality of it must be the galactic masters or RA. It's God, okay? It's just he calls on beings to do it. And I happen to be that one. I mean, I did. It's recorded. It's in some of my pyramid activations. I moved the poles several times over back in 2020 and 2021. Okay. So I just had to talk about that. I don't know why. Don't forget, my friends, it's truly Earth School. Earth School and Spirit School. Okay, it's all the same. Earth School and Spirit School is all the same. The Earth is a spirit, by the way. She's very much alive and she's very much so spiritually connected. So it's Earth School and Spirit School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. It's all about life lessons, growing your soul. This is why we are doing the things that we are doing this lifetime. We are having to heal all the things we're having to heal. It's like you don't have a choice. Either you do it or you're not going to ascend in this lifetime so easily, at least, right? Life lessons, soul growth, studying, and higher learning. Don't just take things at the surface. Look into them. Try to understand them a little deeper, okay? I did that with my twin flame. I had no idea. Did you think I researched it? No, I didn't. I did a surface little research and let it go, and that was that. And I made a mistake on my twin flame journey. I love him very much so, and I had no idea what that was about. So it's very important that when Spirit gives you a message, look into it. If you're receiving numbers and synchronicities, look into them. Does that mean you always Google them? Not always. Sometimes it's tuning into your frequencies, tuning into Spirit, asking what you need to know, kind of gathering when they give them to you and how. It is them trying to teach you how to communicate with them. We're all individuals and we get stuck on this collective mass. Like 111 means this, 111, maybe sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it can also be completely individual. So it's super important to you to focus on your body, your thoughts, your energy, the earth, and what's going on at the time you're given those messages. What is personal to your experience and your purpose, and so on and so forth. This is totally about learning these new things. I'm learning now. I'm learning all over again. You guys, spiritually speaking, we're starting all over. Everybody thinks they know what they're doing with all this Reiki stuff, with all this kind of, it's going to change. I've said this over and over and over and over. I've said it from the beginning of time when I started doing these activations and doing the pyramids and all that. Everything we're used to is going to change. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, on the earth, it's all changing. And your job is to try to understand it a little bit more. It's about learning, studying, getting to know what's going on, thinking what's going on. Okay. What is this lady talking about? Christ light. Is she really the one who's returning Christ? Yes, I am. Okay. I freed Jesus's soul. That's not a joke. I feel like people just have a really hard time processing that. And so in that case, it'd be like, well, I'm going to look into this more. Maybe I'm going to do one of her workshops, see what it's about. Maybe I'm going to ask people who've done her workshops. Maybe I'm going to pay attention to those who did. Maybe I'm going to research this stuff. Okay. Maybe I'm going to ask Spirit to show me and then give it time for those answers to come through. We are in Earth School, which is also Spirit School. Get ready to relearn, pretty much. It's not like completely relearning, but it's expanding our knowledge base. That goes into that radical expansion card. Okay? Expand your knowledge base. We are learning. We are not done. All right? And there's people who were supposed to do my workshops who had big purposes in the Ascension that through ego decided not to. God's path is not something I would want to mess with. This Ascension is not personally the one part of mine that didn't go right. It was detrimental. Like that was almost deadly. So I know how important this is. I know how big this work is. I would do your due diligence, okay? Step into the power of your purpose, and maybe your purpose is to learn more about that and then help others around you as we ascend. Because as we ascend, people are going to need our help. They're going to need healing, you guys. All right? We are an army of the one, okay? All right, I think that is it. That was your Ascension Path messages for today. Let's see what chakra could be in focus for this week. Heart chakra, all the way, okay? Focus on your heart chakra, the green rays. This is resurrection of Christ into your heart, okay? Into love. Love is the focus this week. So if you want to have a great week ahead, all of your answers are in this video. And please, please watch the urgent channel message from Azreal. It was very important also for the Ascension coming this week, okay? That was your daily guidance, and it tuned into the resurrection, all right? Big, big deals. I'm so excited. Yay! Please take my course and find your joy. You guys are going to, it's going to change your life. And not to mention, if you don't want to do the workshop with me where we activate Christ light in your heart space, this course will help you. Okay, because joy is a frequency right above love. All right, you can't go wrong. And in that meditation, it's about an hour-long meditation. They raise your frequency like it's nuts. It's absolutely powerful. So get ready to change your life. What are you investing in? What are you investing in, my friends? I'm investing in God. I'm investing in the masters, and I'm investing in myself. I never have a problem spending money on myself when it comes to further learning, spirit school, development. Come on now. We got this. Let's have a great freaking week ahead. This is the resurrection of Christ. Can't make this up. So much love to all of you. Be safe. Again, I think crowds are always an issue going through these times because as we're doing this until the complete shift, people kind of can lose their little minds, okay? So be very mindful of just protections. It's not that you shouldn't go anywhere, just be mindful of your surroundings, people's energy, and put up protections. Ask your guides to constantly protect you and guide you, okay? So if you feel like, well, I had this plan to go to this thing today and all of a sudden you felt this nudge not to go, I would listen, all right? So much love to all of you. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. There's my camera. Bye-bye, guys.